What's going on, everybody? It's Keagan here. I'm back with another video for you guys, and today's video I'm bringing you guys is another edition of Keagan's movie reviews. And today I'm going to be reviewing two movies this time, once again. And both films I'm going to be talking about are from the same director, who is Brandon Cronenberg, which, for those who don't know, Brandon Cronenberg is the son of David Cronenberg, one of my favorite directors. So today's films I'm going to be talking about are Antiviral and Brandon Cronenberg's newest film, Infinity Pool. Now, before we get started, I would like to point out I have talked about another film from Brandon Cronenberg in the past, back in season 2, which was Possessor. So, I just wanted to point that out before we go any further with this video. So, let's talk about them, shall we? So we're going to start off with Antiviral, Brandon Cronenberg's debut film. This one he wrote and directed, and this film was released in Canada on October 12th, 2012, and was later released in the United States in the spring of 2013. And this film I watched on Blu-ray last Saturday, along with Possessor as a double feature, because prior to watching it, I decided to watch this film for the first time and rewatch Possessor in time for Infinity Pool, which we'll talk about later. But anyways, as always, we'll start with talking about the storyline of the film and then my thoughts on the film. So let's talk about the film. Now, the storyline for Antiviral is a pretty interesting one. You got a guy named Sid who works at a clinic that takes live viruses off sick celebrities and sells them to obsessed fans of a certain celebrity. And it's basically they sell it for a price. And Sid not only works at the clinic, he also illegally steals some of the samples and sells them to underground buyers and collectors for a price. Kind of the black market, basically. So essentially, it's sort of like organ harvesting, kind of, but just viruses like herpes and all that shit. However, stuff starts to go wrong when Sid becomes infected with a very deadly disease that kills one of the celebrities, and he gets involved in a conspiracy, kind of, and there's a lot of people that want the sample from him, but it's too dangerous. And without giving away too much, that's basically the storyline of the film in a nutshell. I gotta be honest, before I watched this movie, well, many years ago, I've heard of the film when I was younger. I thought it gave me the impression that this movie was gonna be like some sort of a zombie movie, but it's not a zombie movie whatsoever, like, not at all. But I do find the storyline pretty interesting. It's kind of a social commentary on how far celebrity obsession can go. Probably the best example I can think of like when a person becomes way too obsessed with celebrities was the case of Ricardo Lopez, also known as the Bjork stalker, although that's a completely different story. But aside from the interesting concept and some interesting visuals and some cinematography and some really good special effects, I thought this film was okay. I didn't necessarily love it, but I thought this movie was okay. Although, I do love the music in the film, and I do love a lot of the visuals and a lot of the cinematography. And it's pretty gory. It's got some good special effects on the gore. And the interesting thing about this film, according to IMDb, a lot of the close-ups of the blood being drawn in this film is real, which was pretty interesting. But I didn't necessarily love this film. I thought it was pretty decent, but it wasn't too bad for a debut film from Brandon Cronenberg, the son of David Cronenberg, who was known as the king of body horror. But it's not a bad movie. I would probably watch it again. I enjoyed the film for what it was, but I thought it was okay, but it wasn't too bad. But I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's got an interesting idea, and it's not bad for a debut film from the son of one of the biggest names of body horror. But I don't really have a whole lot to say about this film. Antiviral was a good debut film for Brandon Cronenberg. And I'm going to give this film a 6.3 out of 10. And upon watching this film, I rewatched Possessor, and I liked Possessor more than I did on my first viewing, just in case anyone was wondering. But yeah, anyways, that's enough of Antiviral. Now on to Infinity Pool. So Infinity Pool is the third film that Brandon Cronenberg directed, and this film actually just came out a couple days ago. It actually came out on Friday, as of this video was recorded, and I saw this film in theaters on Saturday. This one, again, was written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg, and this one I was looking forward to when it was being announced. And this movie was originally given an NC-17 rating, but it was edited down to getting an R rating. And this one I saw in theaters on Saturday over the weekend. But yeah, let's talk about Infinity Pool. So Infinity Pool follows a couple named James and M. Foster, played by Alexander Skarsgård and Cleopatra Coleman. And they're on a vacation on the fictional island of La Tolca. I believe that's what it was called. An island, well, at a resort there for kind of the wealthy people, and the island kind of has a history of the locals being a bit hostile towards foreigners, like people who visit the resort and stuff. And one day they encounter a woman named Gabby, played by Mia Goth, who you might know from X and Pearl and the remake of Suspiria. Anyways, Gabby and her husband meet up with M and James, and one day they take them out for a day out on the beach, and they were there all day, and they leave the island, they leave the beach late at night, and on the way back there, James is driving because everyone else is drunk and tired after a long day of being on the beach. But on the way back, the car that they were borrowing, the headlights are having issues, and James accidentally hits somebody on the road and kills them instantly. And then they get in trouble. And the problem is, on the island they have laws that they have no laws, and each law that's broken results in a death sentence. Even the smallest kind of felony can get you on death row on this island. Now, you could either pay to watch yourself being cloned and executed, or you can just say your prayers. So you're basically given two choices. If you're wealthy, you can get yourself cloned and watch yourself executed. And if you're not wealthy, well, you're basically screwed. And after that, a lot of weird shit starts to happen from there. And without giving away too much, that's basically the storyline of the film in a nutshell. Now, I saw this film in theaters on Saturday, and let me tell you, I was not disappointed by this film. And holy shit, this movie is insane. It's probably the craziest movie I've seen in theaters since Titane and Midsommar. It's a very, very weird movie. It's very surreal. It's pretty gory. It's just an all-around batshit crazy movie. Although the story of the film isn't quite the strongest part of the film, which is kind of an issue I have. But the rest of the film, I love it. Like, it is insane. Like, I loved every minute of it. This is definitely not a film you'd want to watch with your parents. There's a lot of sex in this movie, and there is a 5-minute orgy scene that is probably the most surreal part of the whole movie. It's very trippy, it's very surreal, and there's like a lot of crazy shit going on. You don't even know what the hell is going on. And I believe the orgy scene is what originally got the film an NC-17 rating before it was edited to get an R rating. But yeah, this is definitely not a movie for kids, I can tell you that much. And the orgy scene alone is like, it was like, pardon my French, it was like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, that's like probably the most surreal, like the most probably the weirdest part of the whole movie was that scene. There's just, it's so much colors and flashy lights and so much shit going on. It was crazy, man. But aside from all that, I really really enjoyed this film. I loved every minute of it. And out of the 3 films that Brandon Cronenberg has directed so far, this one is probably my favorite. Like, and I also really really enjoyed Possessor, and I liked it better on my second viewing. But if you enjoyed Brandon Cronenberg's previous works, I would highly recommend you check this movie out. It's very crazy, and I loved it. And this is the first movie of 2023 that I've seen so far, and it's my favorite one that I've seen so far, since it's the only one I've seen so far. It probably won't stay there for long, but it will definitely be in my list of my favorite movies of 2023. But I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, other than I really, really enjoyed Infinity Pool, and I highly recommend it. It's a batshit crazy movie. And yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Don't watch it with your parents, like I said before. But anyways, I'm going to give Infinity Pool an 8.5 out of 10. And that's going to be it for this review. Well, guys, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, as always, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment below, subscribe, turn on notifications, share the video with your friends, family, or whoever, and follow me on my other social medias. The links are in the description down below. And what do you guys think of these 2 movies? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to check out my review of Possessor, the link's in the description down below. But anyways, thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, this is Keagan Shepherd signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.